second. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. I want to say hello to everybody on Instagram. My Instagram is the Real Boyce Watkins, and also I hope you'll follow the Black Financial Channel for daily financial news and commentary from a Black perspective. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things in terms of business that may help you. In terms of the things you're trying to figure out. A lot of you are starting businesses and doing business, whether it's online or offline. Everything's online now. And I know that right now everybody's distracted by what's happening with politics and everything else. And I'm not telling you not to pay attention. I'm just telling you to just, see it almost like a sporting event. Sports are entertainment. But when the Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl, Jerry Jones ain't sending you a check. So a lot of us take that stuff really seriously. When at the end of the day, none of these people that we pay attention to in media, none of your favorite rappers or your favorite politicians are going to send you a check to help you get through and to survive for your family. So I want to give you some quick tips on how to build your business, generate some income, because all I want to do is see you win. I want to see you make money. So everybody who's watching on the Black Financial Channel or Dr. Boyce TV, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. Also, I want to do some quick shout outs of Black businesses. We're marketing the Black Business School. We are marketing Black-owned businesses for free on the Black Business School Instagram page. So all you have to do is follow the Real Black Business School on Instagram. And a couple times a week, I do a Black business shout out where I want you to put the name of your business, a one-liner as far as what you do, and then your URL. And excuse me. And so anybody who's interested in finding Black businesses and supporting them, you can go to follow the Black Business School on Instagram, the Real Black Business School. Or if you have a business and you're looking for customers and you want people to know what you do, then join that community and share your information, and I'll make sure I do everything I can to support you. And so anyway, the companies I see here are Nonprofit Consultant with Tracy. It's www.tcnonprofit.com, tcnonprofit.com. So Tracy, she says, I teach entrepreneurs how to own a nonprofit with their for-profit business. That's pretty good. Okay, teach you how to own a nonprofit. I have a nonprofit. It's very important. Group One Equity LLC is a home licensed GC construction home remodeling company. Now, Group One, you should give me your URL. If you put your business in there in the business shout out, give us a URL so people can follow you. Always give a good call to action in your business so people know how to find you. If you don't tell them how to find you, you don't make it easy, they're not going to find you because it's going to be too hard. Next, Carl Jordan, Creative Concept Imaging, digital marketing services, and helping small businesses to build an online presence and get ROI on their marketing efforts. I work with a lot of minority small businesses. My company website is ccimg.biz, ccimg.biz. So those are three businesses in our Black Business Shout Out. Like I said, follow the Black Business School, the Real Black Business School on Instagram. That's what it is, the Real Black Business School, and we'll do a business shout out. You can put your information there. People can follow you, and if you want to support and find Black businesses, there's a ton of them in there. You can find people to hire, you can find people to support, you can find people to buy from, whatever the case may be. So one quick thing I want to talk about really fast is PayPal. I want to warn you guys about PayPal. PayPal is a company that, most of us have a PayPal account. Raise your hand. Let me know. Say something in the chat if you have a PayPal account. I have had PayPal accounts for years. I still have them. I'm never going to get rid of them. But let me just tell you this. You guys may not know this, but if you have an accounting system, then you probably know this already. PayPal is a nightmare for accountants. PayPal is a nightmare for accountants. My accountant, I have a couple of accountants that work on different businesses I have. They all of them have complaints about PayPal. It does not link well with QuickBooks. It does not make it easy to keep up with your transactions, and you end up having to pay somebody to spend hundreds of hours going through redundant transactions and all this other stuff. I have no clue why PayPal didn't get together with QuickBooks for all the business owners that are trying to run a business and receive payments through PayPal and send money through PayPal. So PayPal, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. PayPal right now is getting on our nerves so bad that we are thinking about just marching away from PayPal forever. Literally not even using PayPal for our business transactions. Maybe, if you want to send money to your little cousin rerun, or, Big Mama need, an extra $100 to cover the mortgage, you might do that. But as far as doing big business on PayPal, I'm actually a little bit tired and fed up. So so I want to give you some alternatives to PayPal in case you're looking for alternatives, or if you're going into business and you're leery of PayPal and you want to look at other ways to kind of get things done. No disrespect to PayPal, but my God, you guys have to integrate with QuickBooks more effectively. Get your engineers on the job, because I'm one person who used to be a great customer who's no longer a customer anymore. I used to feel that way about what was it? GoToWebinar. GoToWebinar was the place we paid them thousands and thousands of dollars, probably tens of thousands of dollars. But GoToWebinar was janky. It was hard to use. It didn't do it didn't have the functionality that we felt it should have had. It was almost like they just said, we're going to innovate like crazy and get a bunch of customers, and then we're going to stop innovating so that our customers will be living in the year 2015 using 2008 technology. So we got really frustrated. So we just stopped doing a lot of stuff because GoToWebinar was so bad. Well, guess what? Another company came along called Zoom, and Zoom was like a dream come true. Like the angels, parted the skies and the world got better in 30 seconds flat, because Zoom literally did all the stuff that we wanted GoToWebinar to do. Zoom came in just literally as the hero. And so we were so happy, and they were doing more stuff at probably 1/20th of the price, or 1/10th of the price, or 1/5 of the price. Like, I don't remember, but it was scaled down significantly in terms of cost, scaled up significantly in terms of quality. So we switched everything over to Zoom. Well, in economics, there's a term called switching costs, and switching costs is like dating. Once somebody, it might be hard to get somebody to break up with you if you keep abusing them in a relationship. They might sit around for years because they don't feel like they have anywhere to go. They don't know where they're going to go. They don't want to move the furniture out of the house. They don't want to go get a whole new lease on another apartment. They don't want to go through the process of meeting a new person. But once a person makes that commitment and they've made the switch and they've made the decision to decide to switch over, or they made the decision to decide. Well, they made the decision to switch over and they started the switching process. It's going to be very hard to get them back. You can do a whole lot of, anybody who's ever been in love knows this. You can do a whole lot of baby pleases, but once she's with that other man and she's in his house and in his space, she usually ain't coming back, right? So fellas, treat her well while you have her, or if you want to get rid of her, just make sure that you know that that's exactly what you want to do, because once she's gone, she's probably going to be gone. Same thing to you ladies too. Like, some of y'all abuse your men and then expect them to sit around. We ain't no puppy dogs. We ain't gonna sit around forever. So with that said, PayPal is kind of like that. We have a deep loyalty to PayPal, but the frustration has led us to say, maybe we need to walk away and do something different. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to shout out 3 more black businesses. I want to try to shout out as many of your businesses as possible, because I want you to be able to succeed and do well and make money. So the next one is Cloud Tech Academy. I see the @ symbol. I guess that's the Instagram page, Cloud Tech Academy. I think you should have a URL, and I also think you should put a 1-sentence description of your business. You want to be able to do an elevator pitch where you can tell people what you do, what you do, who you serve, and how they can get in touch with you. Within 90 seconds, you should be able to do that. BMOT Consultants, bmotconsultants.com, BMOT consultants.com. We improve interview skills by conducting mock interviews. I like that. That's very cool. Winnie Inc., W-E-N-I, Winnie Inc. Workout Wear, WENI-Inc.com. So Winnie-Inc.com. We supply gym wear to all Winnie Warriors worldwide. That's hard to say. Winnie Warriors worldwide. Wookie waka wishy washy. Stay hustling, because anything is possible. I liked it. That's really good. They really thought that through. So who knew? I mean, there's so many great black businesses out here that that we should be talking about these businesses. There are so many thousands and thousands and thousands of black entrepreneurs that have built companies that can do things better than anybody else, at least as well as white people. And we need to know about these companies too. So in the Black Business School, we're making a concerted effort to really step up our game on the promotion of black-owned businesses. So if you have a black business and you want to be in the Black Business Shout Out, just follow the Black Business School on Instagram. Just go there and follow. It's the Real Black Business School. Look up the Real Black Business School on Instagram. Follow, and when we do a shout out, we'll shout you out. But also, we're not just calling the business owners, we also need the customers. So it's almost like if you gather a bunch of girls looking for a husband, you need to gather some men that are looking for a wife. So the consumer and the producer are husband and wife, right? The consumer and the producer are getting together and doing something wonderful. So all of us are consumers. All of us should be producers. Every black family should have a family business, right? So I'm calling all black producers who are creating black products to go follow the Real Black Business School on Instagram. I'm calling all black consumers who want to support black businesses to follow those black businesses on Instagram. If you don't know how to spell something, just go to the Real Black Business School on Instagram, and all the businesses are listed. I can't always shout them all out. There's a ton of them here, but I'm going to do a shout out at least a couple of times a week, and I'll mention it on my podcast so you guys will get some free advertising. All right, so one more thing I want to mention. Here are 4 alternatives that are listed for PayPal. One is called Skrill, Skrill. It's one of the best known PayPal alternatives. The major area where Skrill touts its services over PayPal is in terms of transactions costs. Okay, so PayPal takes 4.5% for merchant transaction fee, while Skrill charges 2.9%. One major area of concern for private users is the inactivity fee. If Skrill accounts are not used for 12 months, they'll charge $5. Okay, if you're doing big business, if $5 bothers you and you're doing business, then you need to tighten up your business. Join the Black Business School. We have over 111,000 students worldwide. We are the HBCU for the future because we are doing what they're trying to do now, trying to do everything online but charging you $50,000 a year. We've been doing it online and charging less than a few $100s a year, and some of our students have learned a ton for free. Anybody in the Black Business School, shout yourselves out. Let everybody know how great the Black Business School is. So we do have an entrepreneurship program. So if you want to learn how to start a business, don't be afraid. We have experts. We have people that have made millions of dollars. We have attorneys like attorney Nicole Compton. We have PhDs. So if you want to learn from the same PhDs that you'll learn from on a college campus, but you want skills that are more practical, that are culturally relevant, we don't tend to just teach you how to go get a job. We teach you how to create jobs. If you're interested in our entrepreneurship program, feel free to go check it out. You can go to blackmoney103.com. That's blackmoney103.com. All right, so let's see here. Bro, not everybody's the same. My father watched me and my 2 sisters. He raised us. Every man is different. If you don't like it, then keep it moving. All due respect. There you go. I agree. Boyce Watkins is a true leader helping. Oh, thank you, Crypto. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. So here's some others. There's one called Payoneer. Payoneer is one of the most popular electronic platforms in the world. It started around the same time as PayPal. And like PayPal, it operates in more than 200 countries. Okay. Payoneer has 2 types of accounts, one that is free and one that allows for money. Okay, so you can get a free account, but it doesn't let you put any money in there. That's real weird. Oh, allows for money withdrawal directly into your bank account. Sorry. Well, all the accounts should have that. Payoneer also provides a service called Billing Service, which allows for a business to set up requesting payments from customers. Okay, so here's another one. Google Pay Send. Several big name competitors have been listed here, such as Amazon Pay, Apple Pay, or Samsung Pay. However, none of these services have quite the full range of options as PayPal, although they do not lack for resources, and all are determined to be serious competitors in the future. Instead, Google Pay Send gets the nod for its ability to attach payments to Gmail messages and the fact that Google is one of the few companies that dominate online in the world, or dominate the online world. Okay, that's good. Then there's Stripe. Stripe competes against PayPal for online business customers, but not much else. The service is only available in the US and Canada, but payments can come from any source. Fees are very clear. Stripe charges 2.9% plus 30 cents on every transaction. That's how a lot of these companies make billions of dollars. They form these platforms with technology, and then they say, okay, we're going to get 1 million people a day to make a transaction through our platform, and we'll just take 2.9% off every transaction, and then next thing you know, they've got billions of dollars in the bank. That's how Elon Musk got his start. That's why this week, for example, we took our 17-year-old on college tours. He's going to be an engineer, and I told him that, I said point blank, my biggest advice to you is that if you learn technology, you should know business. If you know business, you should know technology, because people who know business and technology are the people who run the world, because they know how to come up with business concepts, buy low, sell high, arbitrage related, how to source a product and sell it to a customer, but they also know how to scale. Technology is the number one scaling methodology that is used right now. That's why you have these 22-year-olds that are making, $100,000 a day, because they know how to scale a really good model. So when you talk to your children, cut this clip out, this little piece where I was just talking for the last, 142 seconds. And I want you to make sure your kids hear that. Technology and business, that's the future. That's where the money's at. That's how people are getting paid. Don't be giving them those 1982 money making strategies, because that ain't gonna work. It's not 82 anymore. Dougie Fresh is no longer a teenager. Dougie Fresh is no longer a teenager. He's a grown ass man. Now the world has changed, so you have to prepare your kids for the future. So if you want to know how my advice on how we're preparing our kids, Alicia and I are both professors. Alicia's she's real big on college educations and college degrees. I'm not as big on it as she is, but we both agree. I'm not anti-college, right? So we were doing these college tours, and we were talking about the engineering departments, and somebody was talking about, well, if you do this, you can get a great job doing this and this, and I'm like, yeah, but if you start the company, then you can give people jobs and you get to keep a lot more money after that. So I just think, you want to position your children so that the sky is the limit. That's it. Make sure they know the sky's the limit, that you don't have to just go get a job. You can also create the jobs, okay? So have them do that. All right, so let's see. Next point I want to make, and let me shout out a couple more black-owned businesses just because I want to support you guys. The Queen's Lovely Things, they sell masks and toys and bags and bras. It's a New York online business, and the URL is thequeenslovelythings.com. Thequeenslovelythings.com. I see ShareTech Works. ShareTech Works, SHARE Tech Works, TECH. ShareTech Works builds business-to-business applications, including but not limited to intranet sites, CMS, add-in plugins, and mobile apps. These are really good businesses, man. One more, Spencer Bell, SpencerBellsCoaching.com. SpencerBellsCoaching.com. It's a home-based business that teaches customers how to sell and market with digital products. So there you go. So those are some businesses that are listed. If you want your business to be shout out, or you want to support black businesses, go follow the Black Business School on Instagram. That's the Real Black Business School, the Real Black Business School. Also, I want to let you guys know a couple things we have going on in the Black Business School this week. Some of these things are free. Some of these things have a fee. It's totally up to you. We're having Black Movie Night. We're also building a Black-owned movie industry. We're building a Black-owned movie industry by using the great resources we have at home. We have thousands of Black filmmakers that have made all these great Black movies. We partner with Quayle TV, which is the Black version of Netflix. KWELI, QuayleTV.com. You should download that app, and they have all these Black movies. We put tons of movies on there, right? We have Boyce Watkins films, and our films did really well. We had the Black Love Blueprint, Resurrecting Black Wall Street. Those films did extremely well. But then I noticed all these other Black filmmakers, and I said, instead of just building up what we're doing, I want to build an industry. I want to be I want to be one of the true captains of industry, right? And not blowing myself up on any level, right? But I want to really, I don't want to just be a king. I was born a king. I want to be a king maker, and I want to be a queen maker. So what we're doing with Black Movie Night is we're not really showing just our movies. When we have premieres, we will premiere them on Black Movie Night. What we're showing is movies from Black film directors that we meet and we love and we respect. So this week, for free, we're going to show the film Funeral of a Nation by Harold Lilly. Harold Lilly is the director, and it's Thursday night at 8 p.m. So if you want to join us, if you like Black-owned movies and you want to help us build this industry and you want to be a part of this movement, go to blackmovienight.net, not .com, blackmovienight.net. You can register for free. Blackmovienight.net. Thursday night at 8 p.m. is when we're going to watch the film. Second of all, a lot of you are homeschooling your kids. We believe our core values in the Black Business School is that Black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support Black businesses. So in tradition, to be consistent with that philosophy, with our core values, we also are supporting Black homeschoolers. So we have a free Thursday at noon. Every Thursday at noon, Nomalanga Mushali Moses, who is a homeschool expert, who's one of the faculty in the Black Business School. She was a college professor who left her job to come work with us in the Black Business School. Nomalanga lives in South Africa, she lives in Botswana and South Africa. She goes back and forth, and she does a homeschool Q&A for all the parents that aren't sure what to do. So if you don't know what to do and you're not sure, don't sit around not sure. Don't do things the wrong way because you don't feel like nobody can help you. You got a whole community that can help you. The Black community together is better than 1,000 universities. It's better than 1,000 universities all rolled up in one. So if you want to get homeschool support, homeschool training for free, you can sign up at theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. I'm going to repeat the URLs 3 or 4 times, because I see some people are still saying that they didn't get Quayle TV. I said it 4 or 5 times. What's going on? I said it 4 or 5 times. I'm playing. I'm being an ass. All right. So anyway, so Quayle TV is KWELI TV.com. Okay, so somebody type it in. If somebody wants to be the transcriber, please type it in for me. So that, because I say it over and over again, sometimes people still miss it. I'm not mad at you. I promise I'm not mad. It's like talking to you. You know, you talk to your kids and you just like you want to like strangle them and throw them out the window, but you really don't because you love them. That's how I feel. Sometimes y'all my kids, and I'll be like, but here's what happens when you talk to like 10,000 people. You can say it 8 times and somebody still won't get it. And I learned that as a college professor. When I was a college professor, you could tell your students like something 18 times and somebody always missed it. They always missed it. So there you go. Thank you. So I'm going to need y'all's help. So I can be patient and I don't want to yell at nobody. And I'm sorry I yell. I love y'all too much. I'm sorry. You talking fast like a pimp player. Am I talking fast like a pimp? I can't talk like no pimp. I can't even pretend to talk it's pimps talk too slick. I can't do that. I'm trying to figure out how I would even talk like a pimp. Anyway, okay, so let me keep going. So we have the homeschool training process. You can go to theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. Somebody type that in for me, please, if you could. That's theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. And then also every Wednesday night we have an options investing masterclass. So if you want to learn more about stock options and how to incorporate that into your investing strategy, now that's not free, but it's well worth the investment. And also there's a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. So if you're not happy for any reason in the Black Business School, we want to serve you. We have a really great support team that's always available for you anytime. So if you have any issues, you reach out to the support team. So if you ever see anybody that says, oh, I tried the Black Business School and it didn't work out and I was mad and he did this, just ask them, say, hey, did you email the support team? Because you know the support team is right there available to you. You can email support@theblackbusinessschool.com and they'll get right back to you. So feel free to go check that out. If you want to go join the Options Investing Masterclass, it's drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. So if somebody can type that in, I appreciate it. The last piece of news that I thought was really interesting today is Apple is now worth $2 trillion. Apple's worth $2 trillion. And I just found that really fascinating that Apple's worth $2 trillion. So Apple just had a stock split along with Tesla. And apparently these stock splits, I really would love to see the research on this to see if stock splits have a more dramatic impact on the stock price now than it was, say, in the 80s or the 90s. I really wonder if now something about technology and more people investing, like more what they call stock market participation, is driving up prices and demand for stocks when there's a split. But because it doesn't make any theoretical sense, because number one, a stock split theoretically is not supposed to mean anything. It doesn't. It means nothing about in terms of value of the stock. But that's like saying, that the kind of dress you wear to a job interview has no impact on whether you get the job, right? That's like saying that how a woman or a man dresses at the interview or how good looking you are has nothing to do with whether or not you get the job. Now, we know that that's the way it's supposed to be, but we know that's not true, right? We know things that come in pretty packages tend to get preferential treatment. So with that being said, some might argue that perhaps when these stocks are splitting, it's creating additional media attention. I'm really getting a little bit sacrilegious because my dissertation committee would probably kill me for even speculating on this, because this was just not consistent with what the theory said when we were in grad school. But I do believe this. Maybe when these stocks split, they get lots of media attention. They're on all these headlines of financial sites. That I believe would increase demand for the stock. Secondly, there's maybe a belief that because the stock has split, that it is, that it's going to take off, right? And maybe now there's something to that maybe they're splitting because they believe the stock is going to keep on going up and up and up. So they want the price to go down because they know they have a lot of upside. I can't imagine somebody splitting their stock when they had a belief that the stock was going to go down. So basically, since Apple and Tesla announced their stock splits, a lot of my students own Apple and Tesla. Those stocks have been doing really well. And what's fascinating about Apple being worth $2 trillion now is Apple's in the middle of a mess. Apple's in the middle of a big mess. Somebody's asked me about the Jay Morrison thing. I already did a whole video about it. So go down my page, find that video. You find my whole statement on it. I'm done talking about it. I don't run Jay's business. I know Jay. I invested with the Tulsa Fund. I support things that are black. I want to see him win. If I don't make any money, then it's for life. I invest with white companies and I don't make money sometimes. I don't think that automatically means somebody's a criminal. But then again, I'm not here to really judge a man's business. I don't know. I can't speak on things I don't know. So don't ask me about things I don't know. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's like when I had a friend, when I was in college, I had a friend that was accused of sexual assault. Seriously, he was accused of sexual assault, and they were like, "He's your friend. Won't you stand by him?" And I'm like, "What does that mean? I'll stand by his right to truth, but I don't know what he does in the bedroom. I ain't never slept with him. When I was in college, I like girls, so I wasn't gonna be in the bedroom anywhere around when he was having sex. So I see it the same way with business. Business is an intimate process. When you run your business, only you and your team knows the detailed, intimate components of the business. I can only speak to Jay Morrison's Tulsa Fund as an investor. As an investor, I have not seen anything that has bothered me yet. Now that does not mean that there's not other stuff out there. And if there is, then take it to the court of law. Take it to the court of law. I mean, you take it to the court of Instagram. That's not very precise. That's not the way business is done. You take it to the, for example, if Elon Musk feels that Jeff Bezos, got a contract with the government that he should have gotten, he doesn't go to Instagram and say, Jeff Bezos robbed me. He took my money. Y'all need to go get him. No, he goes and he calls his lawyer and he says, lawyer, I need you to file a suit. And when you file a suit, here's what I want you to do. And that's how you handle it, right? So that's my take on that. I know that distracted us from the Apple conversation, but I want to make that clear. I just want to encourage you guys to understand how business is done. It's not. It can't be done just based on a vigilante kind of thing, like because we're all getting together and say a bunch of people. Now, mind you, a bunch of people who didn't even invest, people who didn't even support. Most of the people are saying. So I think the first question I would ask for anybody that has something to say about, say, a Jay Morrison business is, did you support? Like, how much did you put in? Show us how much you put in. And then if you have an issue, show us where you went through some channels. Show us where you called the attorneys and show me where you did, as opposed to just, screaming and hollering and then letting the other party respond. Like, that's how you get to the truth. But then again, we live in a world where people don't care about truth. People only care about opinion and innuendo and everything else. And I'm not a fan of that. So I'm not participating in any of that anymore. And if you keep on kind of making weird comments about it, distracting from the rest of the class, I'm going to have to go ahead and help you find your way to the door, because we're trying to build over here. We're trying to get some things done. So with Apple, let's go back to Apple. Apple is interesting in the sense that it's amazing that they're worth $2 trillion and they have this rise in their price, given that they're in the middle of a significant antitrust investigation, which is crazy. And which could really hit them hard. I mean, and this $2 trillion announcement probably isn't going to help their case. When they're like, oh, we're just like every other company. No, you're worth $2 trillion. Your market power is enormous. The reason you're worth $2 trillion is because you have massive market power. And the reason you have massive market power is because you're worth $2 trillion. So there's a good argument for breaking up Apple. There's a real good argument. Apple is a digital gangster in every sense of the word. They understand that they said, look, if we build the platform and we build the bridge, we can have a bridge that people go across and we charge a toll for everybody who wants to cross the bridge. That's how Amazon got wealthy. That's how Jeff Bezos got wealthy. That's how a lot of these people got wealthy. And it is what it is. Now, the other interesting thing about Apple is that there are people challenging their right to charge a toll. There's Epic Games. Epic Games created a game your kids probably play called Fortnite. And so Epic Games went around the gangster. They cut out the Connect, right? And you know what happens in the dope game when you cut out the Connect? The next thing you know, you're selling on the corners, somebody rides by on a motorcycle, pop, 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 right? They do a drive-by on you, right? Well, that's what happened here. Basically, Epic Games cut out the Connect, and they said to their customers, they said, look, we'll give you a discount if you use our exclusive payment method, which allows us to keep from paying Apple their 30%. Apple came in and did a drive-by on Epic Games. They said, oh, you want to play like that? Well, guess what? Now you're cut off from your 10 million, 20 million players that are on our platform. You're gone, right? Now, so Epic Games comes back And they're like, oh, you want to play like that? Okay, then we're gonna get together. And they got together. I think they got on their complaint, their legal. First, they filed the lawsuit, which I told you guys. That's how you handle business. You don't go to court of Instagram. I mean, you could do that if you want to, but you got to go to the court of law. So they went to the court of law. They didn't go to the court of Instagram, and they sued Apple. And then they also got other companies, major companies like Spotify, to come in and back up their complaint. And so now Apple is under a lot of pressure because they've got, and on top of that, I forgot about this, they got all their millions and millions and millions of kids who are playing Fortnite. They got them riled up. You know, they had Apple looking kind of like Donald Trump. And you saw, remember when they attacked Donald Trump on TikTok, the kids on TikTok literally got together and ruined Donald Trump's campaign rally in Oklahoma, right? So they're basically doing that to Apple right now. A lot of these kids that play Fortnite are like, wait, you took my game away. Like, what the hell? You know, so it's fascinating, though, that despite all of that, Apple still crossed that $2 trillion mark. And despite all of that, Apple still, let me look up Apple stock today. Let me see what Apple stock has been doing. Apple stock today went up 1.1% the last 5 days. It started the week at 457. Right now, it's at 467. So you're making money. It started last month at 393. Now it's at 457. 6 months ago, it was at 323. Again, 457 now. If you go back a year ago, you could have bought Apple stock for $210. Now you can buy it for more than double that price. If you bought Apple stock 5 years ago, you'd have bought it for $109, and it would be worth about 4.6 times more than what it was back then. You can't buy a house in any neighborhood anywhere, pretty much, and have the house quadruple in value in a 5-year period. So I just want y'all to know. I mean, the stock market's lit. The stock market has been since I was a baby. Not in the last 5 years, not in the last 10. Since I was a baby, the stock market has been one of the greatest, most extraordinary investments that there is. And that's what it is. That's my 2 cents. That's my spiel. If you haven't learned to buy your first share of stock yet, don't be scared. I can help you for free. We have a free training you can get access to right now. Somebody type this in, please. I'm going to say it 3 times. Firstshareofstock.com. That's 4 words. Firstshareofstock.com. 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 So go to firstshareofstock.com if you want to learn to buy your first share of stock for free, or if you just want free information from the Black Business School. We love to educate the community. You will get more from us for free than you get from most universities after attending 4 years and paying them $100,000. We're that good at what we do. We understand Black people, we understand Black wealth. We're one of the few people out here really solving the Black wealth equation, the Black wealth problem. Nobody else is doing that. Everybody else is, maybe they're asking for your vote, they're asking for your money, they're asking for whatever, but nobody's focusing on Black people the way we are. We were born and built for Black people. We're going to be around for Black people. I put the Black Business School in my estate plan so that if I die one day, like one day if if coronavirus, God forbid, hits my house and I die, or if I get hit by a milk truck, or if Alicia just gets mad at me and throws hot grits on me while I'm sleeping and I don't wake up, the Black Business School is taken care of in my estate plan because I want this institution to exist 400 years from today. I was so inspired when I went to visit these different schools for our 17-year-old, and I read about these white people from 150 years ago who started these institutions, and I said, man, we can do this for Black people. Like, we can really get this done and make this happen. And the thing is that what they started was only a fraction of what it eventually became. So I said, maybe what I'm starting is only a fraction of what it will be, what it will eventually become. So right now, though, we're doing pretty well. We have about 111,000 students. We're growing. We get thousands of students every month, and it's working. Like, we're really educating people, and we constantly get data. One thing that we do that universities don't do so well is we're constantly getting data to get feedback to figure out, did we do our job, and how can we do our job better, and how can we help you? So for example, we're bringing in a guy named Herb Strather who's done $100 million worth of probably maybe even $1 billion worth. I got to go double check, but several $100 million worth of commercial real estate deals. Herb Strather is doing a master lecture in the Black Business School where he's going to explain that. He's actually going to do a 6-week master class. Sorry, he already did a master lecture, which you can actually access that. If you go to the Black Business School, theblackbusinessschool.com, you can actually access that master lecture that he did. There's a fee, but it doesn't cost much, and it's going to be well worth it. There's a money-back guarantee. And so Herb Strather's coming back, and he's going to do a 6 or 7 week master lecture or master class. And this guy knows how to do it. He's not a professor who says, "Oh, I read a book about it," or "I did research on it." He's a professor that says, "I did this. This is how you do it." So we've got the keys to the game. We would love for you to participate. And if you want to know why I was willing to have conversations last week with Kanye West, I talked to Kanye West. We wouldn't have been talking if we weren't talking about black people. I talked to Kanye because Kanye has influence. He has 30 million Twitter followers, and Kanye believes in powernomics. And we were talking about Dr. Claude Anderson. And right in the middle of that conversation, I said, it's really a shame. It's a damn shame that all these politicians that claim to care about the black community won't sit down with a guy like a Dr. Claude Anderson. I said, because so you're not going to have a serious solution to a serious problem because you're not even talking to serious people. That's how I know you're serious. If you're serious, then you're going to show up with serious tools to get the job done, right? Like if you're serious about driving from New York to California and you show up with a tricycle, then I know you're not serious about trying to get from New York to California because you can't get from New York to California on a tricycle, at least not very easily, right? If you tell me you're trying to go from New York to California and you show up with a jet airplane, then I'm going to believe you. Even if you show up with a bus, I'm going to believe you. Or a Porsche, I'm going to believe you. We're showing up with tricycles, right? So that's why I know they're not serious. So right in the middle of that conversation, I must give Kanye credit for this. And I will say this, when we talked, he didn't sound crazy and erratic. He sounded like an artist. He's got a lot going on in his brain. But he didn't sound ridiculously insane. He kept talking about powernomics and saying, I don't care which party delivers. I just want somebody to help deliver a master plan to build a community. And I said, I agree with it. We're one on this. We're both Chicago guys. We both know the south side of Chicago. We know where the problems are. We know what the hood needs. We know what the community needs. And I got that from him. And so he said, so right in the middle of the conversation, so Kanye says, he said something to me. I forgot. And I said, I think the big problem I have is that these candidates aren't talking to people like Dr. Claude Anderson. They're talking to unserious Negroes. They need to be talking to serious black people who have serious solutions to serious problems. And right in that moment, Kanye got real quiet. And I said, "Are you there?" I thought he hung up. And he said, "Oh, I'm tweeting." And right in that moment, he tweeted an image of Powernomics. And he said, both Trump and Biden both need to meet with Dr. Claude Anderson, the author of Powernomics. At that moment, I said, "You are my man. God bless you. I don't know how his presidential campaigns are going to go. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just telling y'all what happened in the conversation." I had conversations with people from the Obama administration. I hung up the phone because those conversations were so stupid. They weren't getting anything done. It was all about cosmetics and whatever. This guy really did something. Right in that moment, tens of thousands of more people are going to start reading Powernomics. 30 million people are like, "Who's Claude Anderson? What's Powernomics?" Just having these ideas as mainstream ideas in the black community, you don't understand how huge that is for the future of your children and your grandchildren. The fact that we're going to have a whole generation of children growing up. Yes, you can. She said, she gave me a little note. She said, "Can I go to the park?" And she said, "Check yes or no." So we're checking. It's her birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Tay Tay. Come on, Tay Tay. Say it. Look at my friends. I got friends right here on my phone. See? And these are my friends on the other computer. So everybody say happy birthday to Tay Tay. She's going to be 10 tomorrow. So are you excited?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. But yes, you can go play. So be careful. You got your phone? Okay. All right. So if you go anywhere else, text me. Okay. Let me know where you're at. All right. See you later. Okay. So anyway, so I'm just gonna tell you, I'm a person of substance. I believe in substance. I'm not big on flash. I'm not flashy. I'm sloppy. I'm not pretty. I'm not slick talking, smooth talking. I don't know how to give you a speech that's gonna make you jump out of your socks. Whatever. If something doesn't look like it's real and look like it's actually moving the needle, I don't want to waste my time because we're all one day going to be old and gray and dead, right? Time is short, so for us to have an impact. So I will just say that the number one thing I appreciate about that conversation with Kanye is that he did something real that had a real impact. It wasn't like I'm gonna do this one day, or later on we can try this and try that, or I was thinking about this. No, he did it right there in the moment, and I said, okay, I don't know you that well, but you my man right now because I know what impact tweeting something like that to 30 million people is going to have. This is the kind of stuff that they hid from us for so long. This is what they didn't want black people to know. So now millions of people are going to start looking into this, and if they all start following it because Kanye tweeted it, then it's all good with me. All right, so I'm done talking, guys. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. And I want to remind you really quickly, once again, if you still want to learn how to start your own business, stuff like that, we have a great entrepreneurship program. Feel free to go check it out at blackmoney103.com. And if you go to blackmoney103.com, you can also talk to one of the specialists that can guide you to a program that's going to help you or your family. We even have a Black Business School for children that's really important. It's very, very effective. So blackmoney103.com. It's 103 because we have a 101 through 106 sequence of black wealth classes, black money classes you can take. So 103 is entrepreneurship. Two, the homeschool. If you're looking for tips and guidance on homeschooling your kids, this is our opportunity to take over the educational process. The public schools need to be thrown in the garbage. Most of them. Sorry, I hope I didn't offend anybody, but if I did, then I'm sorry. I just have to tell the truth. The public schools aren't doing the job. I believe that you should do it yourself, or as much of it as you can. And so if you need tips and support, we have free homeschool training sessions on Thursdays at noon with Noah Malanga and Mushali Moses. You can go to theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. That's theblackHomeschoolNetwork.com. Also, Thursday night, we're at 8 p.m. We're watching a black movie called Funeral of a Nation by Harold Lilly. And it's a part of Black Movie Night, which is where we're taking over the movie industry. We're creating a movie industry for black people. So you can go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. And if you have an interest in stock options, you can join our options masterclass. And so that's going to be tonight at 8 p.m. So you can go to drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. So I know I said a lot of URLs quickly. Feel free to look at the recording if you missed anything. And God bless you. And please hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. Be good. Peace.